Hello, everyone. Welcome to SethEkow TV. I greet you all in the name of Jesus. Wherever you are watching me from, I wish you good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, we have a special topic to treat over here. I wish you could invite someone to join this particular live stream to learn. Yeah. Me mamu na kwa ba edeba channel we so Sister Abena Ejewa, welcome. Sister Madepa, welcome. Yeah. There's this topic I would like us to talk about. I think 3 weeks ago, I was there and one lady confronted me. She was really open and she decided to open up. We discussed a lot of things and I discovered, these are the main reasons why people are of late doing this to themselves, doing this evil. I just want to mention that word over here. So I did more research into it and I discovered it's not everything that is related to demons or spiritual. There are some factors which are caused by a lot of things. So today I decided we talk about this thing, social anxiety. So please, if you are on this live stream, try as much as possible to share this to every person. Because this particular thing we are about to talk, it starts when someone is young. That's where it starts. And it grows up to the extent it becomes something else. So please, if you're on this live stream, today is 101. It's lesson 101. Yeah, it's lesson 101. I will be teaching. Yeah. So I have this topic over here, social anxiety. Yeah. So someone may ask, what is social anxiety? Now, I created this presentation to make things easy for you and I. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted people to also enjoy whatever that is going on here. I didn't want to make it look like only Chifo and Ghana for but we are here to learn. So the topic for tonight is social anxiety. Someone may ask, what is social anxiety? Now, let's present. It says social anxiety disorder, also called the social phobia. It's a long-term and overwhelming fear of social situations. It's a common problem that usually starts during the teenage years. It can be very distressing and have a very big impact on your life. For some people, it gets better as they get older. But for many people, it does not go away on its own without treatment. It's important to get help if you are having symptoms. There are treatments that can help you manage it. The thing why because I did social anxiety. In Ghana, we used to have this thing called we have that particular term. We did all the time, very, very dangerous. It's really, really, really dangerous. Someone might think, oh, this person, on penny pack, this person doesn't want to talk to anybody. It's not demo. And you start here, you may think say, oh, nipa we are trying to nipa we are, but if you are to talk to them and they are to open up, you know, say they are rather scared. Sister Anjobini, welcome. Try as much as possible to share this stream because idea in go through people don't understand them until you are in their shoes. What you say? Their lifestyle is really difficult. You will not understand them till you are inside with them. What you say? And they find it difficult to open up because no one is getting to understand them. It's a sad thing. And with this social anxiety, when you have this problem, you need to open up and also try and seek medical attention as soon as possible. Because when you control this thing, it will take over your life. It will take over your life. So let's dig deep into this presentation. I wanted to help you guys. Yeah. It said normal life versus social anxiety. Normal life versus social anxiety. It's normal to feel nervous in some social situations. For example, going on a date or giving a presentation may cause that feeling of butterflies in your stomach. But in social anxiety disorder, also called the social phobia, yes, jot it down. At least pick a pen and a book and begin to write something. Because one thing I've realized is parents don't have time for their kids. And this thing, it starts when someone is a kid. Then it grows. Then becomes a serious problem. It's hard to deal with. And this thing is common in Europe. Yeah, like it will isolate you from people. It's really isolating people right now. It's making them lonely. But people think, so, oh, we see Messi way there on penny. This person doesn't like people. Now it's not like it's a syndrome. It's really a problem that we need to deal. So please, if you are here, please enjoy this program with me. Yeah, it says it's a normal to feel nervous in social situations. For example, going on a date or giving a presentation may cause that feeling of butterflies in your stomach. But in social anxiety disorder, also called social phobia, everyday interactions cause significant anxiety, fear, self-consciousness, and embarrassment because you fear being scrutinized or judged by others. What I say? I did this time round. The world, like it's as if said the whole world is against you. It's as if that whatever that you are doing, everyone is watching you. You understand? It's normal to feel like anxious. Maybe the first time at work. It's normal to feel anxious. Maybe your first day in school. It's normal to feel anxious in the first day appearance in a certain thing. What you say? But when it becomes continuous process something, then you know there's a problem. We Africans, one thing that I've learned is we relate everything to demons. It's not everything that is related to demon. And I say spiritual. It's not everything. I wish you could share this thing to someone else because someone might be going through this thing. He or she may think, say, oh, I am just sick and tired of this world. It's like everyone is judging me. People are not getting to understand them why they are isolating themselves from people. It's not them, but it's this syndrome. You understand? It's called the social anxiety. And the second point is, in social anxiety disorder, fear and anxiety lead to avoidance that can disrupt your life. What this thing does to you is it isolates you from people. It isolates you. The other time I was talking to this my friend, I felt for her. You understand? I really felt for her. This thing is really common in Europe. Common, like all the time. It's like you become a robot. You don't have any friends around you. Your life is built on work, home. You don't have people around you. And many people will tend to marry just to stop this thing, to realize that they didn't need marriage. You understand? Some people think that they are lonely in life, and I said they are lonely. So they need someone to make them happy. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I said, but some people are naturally introvert. Yeah, but to an extreme introvert, to the extent you can't even do anything, you'll be shaking. Like there's a problem with that. Yeah, we have extroverts and introverts. You understand? The extroverts are outspoken people, outgoing, but the introvert is opposite. But the moment it becomes too extreme, you must know that there's something wrong. There's something wrong going on. The social anxiety disorder is a chronic mental health condition. But learning coping skills in psychotherapy and taking medications can help you gain confidence and improve your ability to interact with others. When let me talk about this. When talking to people becomes a problem, when having a phone call, even a common phone call with someone, you will be shaking. There is a problem. Yeah, when it becomes too extreme, yes, that's true. When it becomes too extreme, it's a problem. There are some people they can't even make phone calls. They can't even do a video call. Like it's too much. To the extent your own family members, there's a problem. All the time you think say no one likes you, like you feel like, oh, you've been isolated. Like, yeah, When that thing happens, know that there's a syndrome, it's a problem that you need to deal with. Let's move to the next slide. Is that the causes of this social anxiety? The causes of this social anxiety. One, inherited traits. Inherited traits. Anxiety disorder tend to run in families. However, it isn't entirely clear how much of this may be due to genetics and how much is due to learned behavior. So with this social anxiety, you can get this thing from either one of your parents, whether being your mom or your dad. If your dad has this kind of problem, you could get it. And you're 100% guaranteed, but you could get it. Is that the brain structure? Is that a structure in the brain called the amygdala may play a role in controlling the fear response. People who have an overreactive amygdala may have a heightened fear response, causing increased anxiety in what? Social situations. You can also have this problem when you have a problem with your brain structure. A trigger, when anything happens, you see anything, then that because it's not really formed well. Everything just you get triggered and you begin to react to certain things. Then it also says the environment. Social anxiety disorder may be a learned behavior. People could learn it. Some people may develop the condition after an unpleasant or embarrassing social situation. Also, there may be an association between social anxiety disorder and parents who either model anxious behavior in social situations or are more controlling or overprotective of what? Their children. With this explanation, it could come to a point you could learn this thing. Maybe you went through some trauma, maybe in the public, and since that time, it becomes part of you. You understand? Maybe you got embarrassed, maybe you fell in a group of people, maybe you slipped and fell, like a whole lot of things. Maybe something nasty happened to you in the public, then that thing becomes part of you. From that on, like it isolates you from people because you just don't want to be judged by anybody again or be mocked by anyone. Let's move to the next slide. It says social anxiety is more than shyness. It's a fear that does not go away and affect everyday activities, self-confidence, relationships, work, or school life. Many people occasionally worry about social situations, but someone with social anxiety feels overly worried before, during, and after them. You understand? When you have this particular problem and you don't take care of it and you don't deal with it, it's really going to affect you. If you're a student, one, it will isolate you from the class. You may be in a class, but your mind will be somewhere else. The teacher will be teaching, doing everything, but your mind, will be far away from what he is teaching. It's like you have been carried away by what people might think about you or how people would see you. And such kind of students, they don't ask questions in class. They don't ask questions in class. Let's listen very well. And you will see, he said, they are scoring low marks. Esther Angie, he said, whenever the structures of the pain comes, then there's a problem because, look, God created Adam and Eve, and they were both naked, which was shocking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it. I get you. Yeah. So when maybe there's something ahead of you that you want to do, then you begin to think about it. How are people really going to see me? Yeah, welcome, Joy. You'll be like, nah, how are people really going to see me? Even after, when you are even done with it, you also think about it. That one is something else. You are heading to something else. Yeah. And it said, you may have social anxiety if you, now this is really going to describe if you have this particular problem. It said, worry about everyday activities such as meeting strangers, steering conversation, speaking on the phone, working or shopping. Avoid or worry a lot about social activities such as a group conversation, eating with company and parties. Always worry about doing things you think is embarrassing, such as blushing, sweating, or appearing incompetent. If you have this particular AS syndrome, anything related to the public, you begin to shake, you begin to sweat. Let's listen this thing very, very well. To the extent you can't even look at people's eyes. Mr. Patricia, welcome. Mr. Joy, welcome. Mr. Angie, welcome. Sister Abena, welcome. Mr. Amadepa, welcome. Yeah. Today we are doing lessons. I don't know if you're coping with the English tonight or you just want me to mix with the chi. Yeah. So that is it. The moment you begin to fear, you shiver, you begin to sweat when it comes to like a group of activities, there's a problem. You understand? Being anxious, your first day at a certain program, is normal. But when it becomes continuous, it should be a question mark. You need to question yourself. Yeah. Then the second point is find it difficult to do things when others are watching. You may feel like you are being watched and judged all the time. Maybe you just wore something very nice that you think, oh, today I'm good. But anytime you just turn around, you see someone watching you, then you feel like, is something wrong with me? Do I look clumsy? Do I look like you begin to question your own intelligence? They said fear being criticized, avoid eye contact, or have low self-esteem. You understand? Then also it says often have symptoms like feeling sick, sweating, trembling, or pounding heartbeat. It's a serious thing. Yeah, it's very, very serious. It's really, really serious. That people think you are relating all these things to spiritual matters. No. It's not everything that is related to Satan. And I say there are certain things that it's a problem that needs to be dealt with. And you be having social anxiety is an imprisonment because you can't socialize or do anything. I wonder how those with this syndrome live their lives freely. It's something else. Sister Abena, it's really something else. Trust me, it's really something else. It's really, really serious. Very, very serious. So this is what Sister Abena wrote. They said having social anxiety is an imprisonment because you can't socialize or do anything. I wonder how those with this syndrome live their lives freely though. Sister Angie wrote, I said, whenever the structure of the pain comes, then there is a problem because look, God created Adam and Eve and they were both naked, which was shocking. Yeah. She also wrote, you are right. When it becomes extreme, then there is a problem. Yeah. Brother Prince Oku, yeah, we just started like, let's say, I played the intro for 5 minutes. So let's say about, you are late for, let's say, 17 minutes. Yeah. You are late for 17 minutes. Please try as much as possible to share this thing to someone because parents need to know this thing. It starts when someone is a kid. You see that this particular child is trying to avoid everyone and you're thinking, that's how he is. No, you need to correct that thing. Maybe there's something that he or she isn't trying to tell you. You need to figure things out. Don't leave the case alone. Don't leave him or her. Just get to know that child very, very well. Let's move to many people with social anxiety also have other mental issues such as depression, generalized anxiety disorder, or panic disorder. Panic disorder is very serious. Very, very serious. I said feelings of shyness or discomfort in a certain situations aren't necessarily signs of social anxiety disorder, particularly in children. You see, comfort levels in social situations vary depending on personality traits and life experiences. Some people are naturally reserved and others are more outgoing. And as my sister said, they are introvert case and extrovert case. And the moment it becomes too extreme, you need to take question of it. You need to really work on it. I hope you are really enjoying today's sermon. It's as if people are just quiet. I hope you guys are enjoying. It said, in contrast to everyday nervousness, social anxiety disorder includes fear, anxiety, and avoidance that interfere with daily routine, work, school, or other activities. Social anxiety disorder typically begins in the early to the mid-teens, though it can sometimes start in the younger children or in adults. That's what I'm trying to say is, as a parent, you need to be on this particular live programs, to monitor the activities of your kids. Yeah, because some of the kids, they mostly grow being isolated, and it becomes a problem. Okay, Sister Barbara Brefo said, just doing self-check. Yeah. He said, I'm trying to cope to be in the line of the question of the understanding. Okay, I get it. I get it. Serious. Okay, let's move to the next slide. It said emotional and behavioral symptoms. If you have this social anxiety, these are the things you could spot that you have this particular problem. Fear of situations in which you may be judged. Worrying about embarrassing or humiliating yourself. Immediately, maybe you'll be going out and you start thinking about, hey, what if Senamatiato? What if I fail? What if this thing happens to me? You are getting closer. It's an intense fear of interacting or talking with strangers, to the extent that if someone meets you and greets you, then you will be shaking. You will be shocking. No, that's too much. It's not supposed to be that way. It's a problem that you need to deal with it. It's a fear that others will notice that you look anxious. It's very, very serious. Very, very serious. It's a fear of physical symptoms that may cause you embarrassment, such as blushing, sweating, trembling, or having a shaky voice. I know this thing, you could see this thing when, let's say, there are a group of people, like so many crowd, and maybe a child is supposed to perform. I always see that thing. That you see that the child, will be shaking, like the voice will be breaking. But immediately this child gets morale, begins that this child will be doing things. You understand? This child will be doing things without even like a check-in. When he or she gets too comfort with the crowd. But when it becomes in a situation where you can't even do anything when you are in a crowd, to the extent you can't even choose your own food, that someone has to choose for you, it's a problem. It's the ING. I also say social anxiety is a pressure that occurs when you feel a bit shy. Example, when you are asked to come out on stage, then you are afraid to do it. Then that's when it starts to act a bit weird. Yeah. When it becomes too normal with you, then it's really, really serious. Yeah. It said continuation. It said avoiding doing things or speaking to people out of fear of embarrassment. To the extent of even talking to your own family, talking to your own friends, you feel shy, you begin to shake. Some people that you are supposed to be confident speaking with them, then you begin to shake. It's a big problem. It's a really big problem. And it ever happen when you go and you be in a relationship, then there will be problems. There will be a whole lot of problems, even in marriage. Some enter into marriage because they just want to feel okay. Then they realize, the marriage was wrong. And then fix this their problem. It's very serious. I said avoiding situations where you might be the center of attention. For instance, maybe you have a presentation to be done in school, and I also said maybe you are called to be given an award. Then you begin to shake. It's like you are going. It's like you are not going. There should be a question mark. Is it having anxiety in anticipation of a feared activity or event, as I said earlier? Enduring a social situation with intense of fear or anxiety. These are all under the emotional and behavioral symptoms. Spending time after a social situation, analyzing your performance and identifying flaws in your interactions. Maybe, okay, let me look at the comment. It said, I went for a program, I went for a program, and right before I get to the door, no, someone commented about my weight. Ouch. And since then, for about 5 years now, have refused to go out to any gathering. You see, that's how it starts. You see, he said, I know God has given me messages to come on YouTube or the social media, but I'm too scared to be judged. You see, because of what someone did, or said, it has broken all the walls. That she's even finding it difficult to do any public activity. It's very, very sad. I feel sorry and I feel sad. Someone might think this guy is joking or he just feels like talking. No. What I'm doing right now, you might not know what I'm doing. I'm trying to bring attention and awareness to this particular problem that is going on. People are really, really hurt. People are confused. People can't do anything on their own because of this public embarrassment and things. So please, if you have anything, just write. If you have an experience, you can also share it over here as we proceed in studying. Yeah. Thank you very much for your contribution, Sister Barbara. I feel for you. I'm so sorry for that. He said, I have recorded my own music, but I'm still scared to put it up there. Wow. That's too much. That is too much. So sorry for that. I'm so sorry for that. If you have such kind of experiences, you can put it down there. I wish all parents would be here listening to this thing. I used to have this problem. I am that type of guy, camera shy. I didn't want to see myself on screen when I started. Then it was just 1 year. I was like, nah, after all, will I die doing it? Then I just came. I remember doing my first reaction in Dubai. I went for holidays. That was the first time I did a reaction video. No one ever knew Seth Ekow. So that day, it was March something. That was when I first recorded myself reacting on a certain video. That was then. This time he says the fear is emotion too, because everything is around us like empathy. Sometimes feeling, into brackets, sad, happy, confused, upset, and everything. Let the world rejoice. God is the greatest. This is from our sister Angie Owusu. Yeah. You see, a program like this, people wouldn't come to learn. They would rather go and listen to certain things. And when certain things happen to them, they will not be complaining. I don't know. It said expecting the worst possible consequences from a negative experience during social situations. It's very, very sad. In children, you will notice these traits and behaviors in what case? For children, anxiety about interacting with adults or peers may be shown by crying, having temper tantrums, clinging to parents, or refusing to speak in social situations. This is really common. Very, very common. Very, very, very common. When it comes to children, I used to see the option 1. I used to see it. I used to see that thing. It's a performance type of social anxiety disorder. It's why you experience intense fear and anxiety only during speaking or performing in public, but not in other type of social situations. Where a case, you see, say when your child, when you want to talk to the child, always doing, you must know, say that's the beginning, that's the origin. I started, that's already started. You need to work on that child as soon as possible. You need to work on that child. So physical symptoms. If you have this problem, how to discover you have what? Social anxiety. Said physical signs and symptoms can sometimes accompany social anxiety disorder and may include blushing, fast heartbeat, trembling, and what? Sweating. If you have social anxiety, when doing something in public, and I said doing anything, you have these signs. Bones wakume bomu, bones are sweaty. Yeah. Is that upset stomach or nausea, trouble catching your breath, dizziness or light headedness, feeling that your mind has gone blank, muscle tension. These are all signs of social anxiety. These are all signs. God is our strength. It said avoiding common social situations. Common everyday experiences that may be hard to endure when you have social anxiety disorder include, for example, interacting with unfamiliar people or strangers. Yeah. Everyday experience that may be hard to endure when you have social anxiety disorder may include, for example, interacting with unfamiliar people or strangers. There's a difference between being introvert and social anxiety. When an introvert becomes too extreme, it's termed as social anxiety. Ebimu there is born by how they look, and I say naturally that's how they are. But ebimu also, when they go through certain things, it forms them and creates them to be who they are not supposed to be. I said attending to parties or social gatherings. Moment I feel like I'm not going to these public outdoor stuffs because let me read it. It said people should not confuse social anxiety disorder and introvert personality because there's a big difference between the two. Angie, I say, hey Seth, first reaction ever in Dubai. I never knew that feeling is around us and being afraid is only one thing. Symptoms that I have or never have. A sore truth, which was very unfamiliar, very familiar. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I think I skipped very quickly. Oh, what happened? Okay, I'm coming. Okay, yeah. Serious. Is that the fear? Okay, I think I read that. Yeah. It's serious. That day, the way the way after that program, the way I edited, I was cutting scenes because I was shaking. That particular video, I will search for it. I will search for that particular video. No, and if you're able to conquer it, you are done. You can conquer everything. You can conquer everything. Let's move to the next one. I said attending parties or social gathering. It's not because you are busy not going, but they fear that you might embarrass yourself, in public. You have that problem. Is that going to work or school? Some children are not performing well in school because of social anxiety, because they are not participating, they are not asking questions. They fear that he or she might get wrong or be mocked. It's a problem. Just starting conversation all the time. When you look bored, people cause you say, "Oh, this person or a bored person." Like the moment you find it difficult to start a conversation all the time, and someone is supposed to do it, you have that problem. Making eye contact. The moment you're not able to look at people's faces, someone is talking to you, and your eyes will be somewhere else. They will see all over your face that there's something going. This person is not feeling comfortable. You are having that problem. It's like even in dating, people avoid dating and marriage because of social anxiety. It's a problem because this dating and marriage, it's like one person is always supposed to be in your life. It's a two-thing affair. You understand? And the moment you begin to reject these things, it's there's a problem. Is that entering a room in which people are already seated with a major blow? Especially entering into church. Maybe you were late in church. Then let's say there are maybe 2 seats in front are unoccupied, and you are supposed to go and sit. You see, say your legs will be just you just be shaking. A problem. It's a very huge problem that needs to be taken care seriously. I said eating in front of others. You find it difficult to eat in front of others. Maybe let's say you went for a party, then to the extent you guys are all been okay. So a lot of people suffer from this. Some serious ones, some mild ones. Yeah, Joy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Very, very, very disastrous. They're eating in front of others, using a public restroom. They fear that, hey, people will laugh at me, especially this thing is among guys. Be like, people will be just be looking at me. So I have to wait till all of them leaves. It's a problem. My friend, just enter and remove the thing and urinate and leave. It's serious. I don't know if ladies too do that body shaming thing. I just don't know. Maybe. I just don't know if you guys do that too. Okay. The next point. So the risk factors. Family history. You are more likely to develop social anxiety disorder if your biological parents or siblings have the condition. If your dad used to be this quiet, non-talking type of person, too extreme, your mom doing the same thing, you could pick this thing from one of them. Yeah. Then the negative experiences. Children who experience teasing, bullying, rejection, ridicule, or humiliation may be more prone to social anxiety disorder. In addition, other negative events in life, such as family conflict, trauma, or abuse, may be associated with social anxiety disorder. Yeah. See, negative experience, as our sister said, the moment she was body shamed, everything of her would collapse. She was finding it difficult to do everything in public. You could see that this person, she has a lot of things to share to the world, but because of what happened to her, and what happened to him, it has shut his or her vision. What I said, she even said as much as say, "We recorded songs." She has recorded songs, but the fear say, "Osro, so be releasing." These are all not good because of her past experience. It's very sad. Their temperament. Children who are shy, timid, withdrawn, or restrained when facing new situations or people may be at greater risk. Yeah, so these are the risk factors that could generate this social anxiety. So new social or work demands. Social anxiety disorder symptoms typically start in the teenage years, but meeting new people, giving a speech in a public, as I said in my at the beginning of this program, I listed certain things. Yeah, or making an important work presentation may trigger symptoms for the first time. For the first time, there's normal because you may be like not familiar with those things, or maybe it will be your first time. But the moment it begins to proceed and continue, there's a problem with you. You need to work things out. Is that having an appearance or condition that draws attention? For example, facial disfigurement. Mama Selena, welcome. God bless you. Today we are doing studies over here. I'm teaching them a certain kind of problem. We relate to, those things to demons, spirits, then things. It's a disorder that needs to be taken care of. So, for example, facial disfigurement, stuttering or tremor due to Parkinson's disease can increase feelings of self-consciousness and may trigger social anxiety disorder in some people. So the complications, left untreated, social disorder can ruin your life. Anxieties can interfere with work, school, relationships, or enjoyment of life. Social anxiety disorder can cause one, low self-esteem. You may think, say, oh, you are not worthy, you are not beautiful. Oh, I'm not enough for people. I'm this, I'm that. You have this problem, the low self-esteem. It's a trouble being assertive. Trouble being what? Assertive. Negative self-talk. I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not enough. You're uttering certain kind of words is bringing your own image down. I can't do it. Yeah, That's what social anxiety does to you. It said hypersensitivity to criticism. Sometimes cry is one issue cry no you take it too extreme. It becomes a problem. It said the poor social skills. It will bring you down. You may not be able to perform very, very well during what occasions, and I say the task given. Let's move to the next point. With the complicated isolation and difficult social relationships. As I said, if you have this kind of problem, be in a relationship will be a problem for you. Low academic and employment achievement. You may be good, but because of this social anxiety, you cannot perform very, very well. Because of that, you may not be enough. Because instead of you being freely to perform well, you are thinking about how people will see you. Then you will be judging yourself. Now, a couple of problems about. It will lead to substance abuse, such as drinking too much alcohol. Because the only thing that could make you happy is what drinking. Then it becomes a habit. Then it destroys you. This one is really serious. I just don't want to mention that word over here because of the YouTube policies. This particular word, the fourth one. This time around, and when they do that thing, people might think say, "Oh, this person, she was good, and he was good and did that," but you don't know. This person was going through certain things, and if he or she found it difficult to speak, you would think that this person, there's nothing we hear. This person never lacks anything, but why is it that this person did this to himself or herself? This person has been going through this thing. The social anxiety, that he or she thinks no one will be able to understand them. Then it leads to that thing. There's other anxiety disorders and certain other mental health disorders, particularly major depressive disorder and substance abuse problem occur with social anxiety disorder. Yeah. With the prevention, Mr. Kwache, welcome, brother Kwache, welcome. Yeah. So there's no way to predict what will cause someone to develop an anxiety disorder, but you can take steps to reduce the impact of symptoms if you are anxious. 1, get help early as soon as possible. When you begin to see these signs, you need help. You need immediate help as soon as possible. So anxiety, like many other mental health conditions, can be harder to treat if you wait. Imagine being in this thing for, let's say, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. It will be hard for you. But if you begin to see the signs and you report this signs, I think as soon as possible, you could get what help. Keep a journal. Keeping track of your personal life can help you and your mental health professional identify what's causing you stress and what seems to help you feel what better. And sometimes you need to have time for yourself. One thing I've learned is we don't have time for ourselves. So what this presentation is telling us is we should have time for ourselves, and be writing what's really causing us, maybe bringing these signs into our lives. You need to keep track of all these things. The next point. Prioritize issues in your life. You can reduce anxiety by carefully managing your time and energy. Make sure that you spend time doing things you enjoy. Do things on your own. Things that make you happy. Start to do these things. It will really help you. It said avoid unhealthy substance use. Example, alcohol and drug use, and even caffeine or nicotine use can cause or worsen anxiety. If you are addicted to any of these substances, quitting can make you anxious. If you can't quit on your own, see your doctor or find a treatment program or support group to help you. There's solution to every problem on this particular world. So don't think your problem, no one can help you. I said the doctor will want to determine under the diagnosis phase, your doctor will want to determine whether other conditions may be causing your anxiety, or if you have social anxiety disorder along with another physical or mental health disorder. So when you head to the hospital, and answer your doctor, they will begin to ask you certain things. And then I say your doctor may determine a diagnosis based on one. He said the addiction can be food. Oh, sir, really? Wow. Food. So it will make you overeat, Yehovah. Okay. So physical exams to help assess whether any medical condition or medication may trigger symptoms of what? Anxiety. Your doctor will figure things out. Why are this thing started, or why this thing is happening to you? They will try and diagnose. Maybe it's a particular medication that's causing this thing. They will find everything. The discussion of your symptom, how often they occur and in what situations. They will be able to determine why are these things and what happen. It's a review of a list of situations to see if they can make you anxious. Self-report questionnaires about symptoms of social anxiety. Criteria listed in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder. That was the DSM-5, published by what? The American Psychiatric Association. Africans, we don't have time for ourselves. That's one thing. We don't have time for ourselves. We don't even care. All we think about is money, money, money. Then in the end, and our lifestyle and as our personal life, will be getting down the drain. I said, since low self-esteem plays part in social anxiety disorder, I hope whoever have this disorder should get one or two close friends who are willing to help them overcome this disorder. Yeah, I am always there. If you have this kind of problem, you just talk to me. Yeah, maybe you can take me as your best friend. When I began to learn these things, I have understood people more. And easy. I'm beginning to understand why people do certain things. I am really getting to know people. So education broadens what your knowledge. It's true. Because the whole of this year, I decided to learn certain things. Why people are doing certain things. And I came across all these things. I said they should go to the mall, shopping, movies, gathering together. Yeah. It should start by having at least one or two people closer to you. You feel free to talk to. You understand? Without any shivering or shaking. Start slowly attending this public gathering. With the movies, I don't think you'll be talking. You'll just be in a group of people watching a movie. It's good. Be doing that. Go for a walk. Go for a park walk. Enter the gym and those things. This all will help you. I said the DSM. I said the criteria for social anxiety disorder include persistent, intense fear or anxiety about specific social situations because you believe you may be judged, embarrassed, or humiliated. Avoidance of anxiety producing social situations or enduring them with intense fear or anxiety. Excessive anxiety that's out of proportion to the situation. Anxiety or distress that interferes with your daily living. Fear or anxiety that is not better explained by a medical condition, medication, or substance abuse. So when you head to this hospital, they will be assessing and be asking all these questions. This will help them figure out your problem. But there are some home remedies. Home remedies. You could start by opening up to a family member, telling them about your problem. And also try as much as possible to find someone closer to make that person as a friend. And use that person as a point of contact. If you find it difficult to talk to someone, use someone you are free to talk to as a point of contact. When you're speaking with them, look at their eyes, eye contact, one-on-one. Just use them as an example. Use them as an example. If you don't start from home, you can never do that outside. Trust me. It will continue to happen and persist. May God help us. So the treatment. Treatment depends on how much social anxiety disorder affects your ability to function in what daily life. The two most common types of treatment for social anxiety disorder are psychotherapy, also called physiological counseling, or talk therapy, or medications, or both. So if you have this particular problem, you could go with the psychotherapy, which is counseling. You get a medical counselor. This person will begin to sit down and talk with you. This person will list every things that trigger this social anxiety, in your life, and also you'll be given medication. I mean, I pray with this medication, too much, can also it might destroy. I pray no one will be on medication, but rather counseling would help. And see, when you want to find solution to this, seek a professional counselor who could help you. I think that one will be okay. Psychotherapy improves symptoms in most people with social anxiety disorder. In therapy, you learn how to recognize and change negative thoughts about yourself and develop skills to help you gain confidence in social situations. So when you get there, now they will help you to gain more confidence in social situations. The cognitive behavior therapy is the most effective type of psychotherapy for anxiety, and it can be equally effective when conducted individually or in groups. The next point, in exposure-based cognitive behavioral therapy, you gradually work up to facing the situations you fear most. This can improve your coping skills and help you develop the confidence to deal with anxiety inducing situations. You may also participate in skills training or role playing to practice your social skills and gain comfort and confidence relating to others. Practicing exposures to social situations is particularly helpful to challenge your worries. So these are all the things that you'll be going through when you seek a professional counselor. Lifestyle and home remedies. This is really important. So if you don't have maybe money to hire a counselor, you could be doing this for yourself at home, or someone closer to you could also help you. Mr. Charlotte, what's please G? I'm not getting. Can you just let me understand? I said G. I don't know what you mean by G. Okay. It said although social anxiety disorder generally requires help from a medical expert or qualified psychotherapist, you can try some of these techniques to handle situations that are likely to trigger your symptoms. 1. Learn stress reduction skills. Learn stress reduction skills. You could enter in writing, reading of books. You understand? Relaxing, playing of, let's say, guitar, like something that will make you happy. You understand? It said get physical exercise or be physically active on a regular basis. Let's see good evening. Oh, okay. Sorry. As I've been talking, I don't even recognize good evening. Boy. That they should open up to someone they are comfortable with, who will not judge them. Exactly. Because some of us Africans are too judgmental. And any problem, Sister Abena, a problem, it's really a big problem. Mr. Jemima, welcome. I think Mr. Kim Felix, Mr. Frank Nero, Terry Randy, and Sister Dorcas, they are all watching me on Facebook. God bless you guys. It said get enough sleep. get enough sleep. It's really good for yourself. Eat a healthy, well-balanced diet. These are home remedies. That would help you curb this social anxiety. At least if you can't cure it, it will lessen that anxiety, for yourself. It said avoid alcohol. If you drink too much, stop drinking. Limit or avoid caffeine. Limit or avoid caffeine. Participate in social situations by reaching out to people with whom you feel comfortable. As my sister Abena said, yeah, you need to reach out to people and open up to them. Feel comfortable around them. Just don't be with people that you don't feel comfortable with. Use people that you're comfortable with, as a point of contact to curb this particular social anxiety. I hope we are all learning. Practice in small steps. First, consider your fears to identify what situations cause the most anxiety. Then gradually practice these activities until they cause you less anxiety. Okay, Sister Benis Frimpong, she says moringa is good. Okay, can you help us what this moringa does to us? Yeah, she posted Sister Benis Frimpong. He said moringa is good. So let us know. Moringa tea is good. Oh, okay. So you try to replace the alcohol with moringa tea, and answer with the caffeine, replace the moringa tea, with friend saying Uber replace that caffeine with moringa tea. Oh, okay. I get you now. Thank you very much. They said, first consider your fears to identify what situations cause the most anxiety. Then gradually practice these activities until they cause you less anxiety. Begin with small steps by setting daily or weekly goals in situations that aren't overwhelming. The more you practice, the less anxious you feel. And slowly practice in small steps. If you're a type of person who finds it difficult to maybe have a conversation with someone on phone, you could do that by, let's say, recording your voice instead of calling. Maybe if someone types something and then you reply the person through audio recording, you build yourself to the extent you now have the energy and the confidence in speaking with the person. Next point. Eat with a close relative, friend, or acquaintance in a public setting. Yeah. To stop this social anxiety, you practice this public eating with your own friend, relative, acquaintance in a public setting. Purposefully make eye contact and return greetings from others, or be the first to say hello. Learn it without thinking, oh, if I say hello, these people will reject me, and I say they will not mind me. Stop thinking negative. I think that's also a cause. The moment you begin to have this negative thought, about how people will react to maybe your greetings, and how people react to your conversation, will also cause this particular things. And let's proceed. You can add moringa powder in your smoothies, juice, oatmeal, etc. Oh, okay. I thank God someone is here to also help me with this topic. Thank you very much. He said, give someone a compliment. If someone does something nice, oh, that was nice. You begin to say nice things. It builds you. You understand? He said, ask a clerk to help you find an item. Let's say, for instance, maybe you are in a store, you are searching for a particular product. Just ask the clerk, maybe please help me. And the shopkeeper, please, I can't find this. Do you have this thing over here? They will help you. Especially this thing is commonly in big shops. And now also say malls. They can help you. Esther, welcome. I said, get directions from a stranger. Maybe you're heading to a place that you have no idea, and I say you might not know the location. At least ask someone. Don't feel shy. Ask the person, maybe I want to visit this place, but I don't know this place. Can you help me? Slowly. I don't think, I know some people will be rude towards you, but just let it go. Because we've been through a lot of nonsense. They will just, sometimes you greet someone and they will just bypass, right? They will not even look at your face. If you let this thing be the main cause of your problem, yeah, then you will get hurt a lot in your life. Trust me. Is that show an interest in others. Ask about their homes, children, grandchildren, hobbies, or travels. For instance, call a friend to make plans. These are all home remedies without even attending to a professional helper. What I say, you can do these things at home. Except prepare for social situations. At first, being social when you are feeling anxious is challenging. As difficult or painful as it may seem initially, don't avoid situations that trigger your symptoms. By regularly facing these kinds of situations, you will continue to build and reinforce your coping skills. These strategies can help you begin to face situations that make you nervous. Prepare for conversation. For example, by reading the newspaper to identify an interesting story you can talk about. Focus on personal qualities you like about yourself. Practice realization exercises. These are all home remedies, and as a home strategies that can help you curb this social anxiety. Learn stress management techniques. Oh, okay. I said Ren, your name. I can't. I'm sorry. I would say Rennie. Okay. I said I diagnosed myself as a lot of things. Antisocial, depressed, coward. I feel it's so difficult to be in a public place filled with a lot of people. I find that being with people drain me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you just joined, but there are things you can do to help yourself. Or maybe you can, let me ask you a question. Do you have friends? Do you have close people around you? Do you feel comfortable with people? Just let me know in the comment section. I don't know, but maybe off chat we could talk and maybe I can help you with one or two things. Sister Rennie, everything is going to be all right. Everything is really going to be all right. Don't give up. It said set realistic goals. Set goals for yourself. Pay attention to how often the embarrassing situations you are afraid of actually takes place. You may notice that the scenarios you fear usually don't come to pass. Pay close attention to how often the embarrassing situations you are afraid of actually takes place. When embarrassing situations do happen, remind yourself that your feelings will pass and you can handle them until they do. Most people around you either don't notice or don't care as much as you think, or they are more forgiving than you assume. So these are all strategies to help you. It said avoid using alcohol to calm your nerves. It may seem like it helps temporarily, but in the long run, it can make you feel more anxious. It said coping and support. These coping methods may help ease your anxiety. Routinely reach out to friends and family members. Okay, Mr. Abena said something. He said, please don't ever call yourself coward. You are not coward. That's it. Please get at least one close friend who you are very comfortable with and trust. You can go to places together and that can help you out. I do have friends, but I feel my antisocial tendencies have limited me to friends that are more or less like me. It's really, really sad. I feel so sorry for you. So sorry. I don't know. Maybe after the program we will talk. Yeah. Let me put my number over there. So maybe. Yeah. That's my number. So in case of anything, you can call me so we can have a chat. Or a talk. Yeah. It said do pleasurable or relaxing activities such as hobbies when you feel anxious. Replace a behavior with another immediately. Replace a behavior, a bad behavior with other. That one too will help you. So over time, these coping methods can help you control your symptoms and prevent a relapse. Remind yourself that you can get through anxious moments, that your anxiety is a short-lived, and that the negative consequences you worry about so much really come to a pass. Don't be thinking about what happened, maybe what will happen to me. Now stop thinking about those things and rather think what positive. You may want to ask a trusted family member or friend to go with you to your appointment, if possible, to help you remember keyword information. This is really what's important. What you can do before your appointment, make a list. Any symptoms you have been experiencing and for how long, including any symptoms that may seem unrelated to the reason for your appointment. Key personal information, like you need these things. Especially any significant events or changes in your life shortly before your symptoms appeared. Medical information, including other physical or mental health conditions with which you've been diagnosed. Maybe you might have a past diagnosed offense a year or a jot all these things down. The doctors may need it. Any medications, vitamins, herbs, or other supplements you are taking, including dosages. Questions to ask your doctor or mental health professional. These are kind of questions that you can ask your counselor. What do you believe is causing my symptom? Okay, Sabina just posted something. Let me just show it. It said, but at least one of those friends you call a trusted friend. The two of you can do a lot of things together, and gradually you can ease yourself around the rest of them. Start small. Yeah. Start at home. Start with someone you are confident with, at least with someone you trust. Are there any other possible causes? How will you determine my diagnosis? Should I see a mental health specialist? Is my condition likely temporary or chronic? Are effective treatments available for this condition? Are effective treatments available for this condition? With treatment, could I eventually be comfortable in the situation that make me so anxious now? Am I at increased risk of other mental health problems? Are there any brochures or other printed material that I can have? What website do you recommend? Ask these questions. Ask questions. He said what to expect from your doctor. Your doctor or mental health professional will likely ask you a number of questions. Be ready to answer them to reserve time to go over any points you want to focus on. Your doctor may ask, does fear of embarrassment cause you to avoid doing certain activities or speaking to people? He or she is really going to ask you this question. Do you avoid activities in which you are the center of attention? Would you say that being embarrassed or looking stupid is among your worst fears? When did you first notice these symptoms? When are your symptoms most likely to occur? Does anything seem to make your symptoms better or worse? So expect these questions. Expect these questions from your doctor. How are your symptoms affecting your life, including work and personal relationships? Do you ever have symptoms when you are not being observed by others? Have any of your close relatives had similar symptoms? Have you been diagnosed with any medical conditions? Have you been treated for mental health symptoms or mental illness in the past? If yes, what type of therapy was most beneficial? Have you ever thought about harming yourself or others? Do you think alcohol use or recreational drugs? If so, how often? So this is the end of my presentation. Yeah, this is the end of my presentation. So thank you very much. I said, thanks for the contact details. Atabena, I will try to do as you advise. Thanks. So this is the end of my presentation. It's a problem that I started working on. I said, oh, so this thing, is it real? I thought it's white people problem. Share, Mr. John. Growing up in Accra, especially people were either anti-so. It's not anti-so, it's a problem. Has there been any childhood trauma? This is really important, Mama Grace. It's really, really important. Now, maybe I need to open the phone lines. Mama Grace, if you want to help or anyone on who could also help us or talk to us, I just want to open up the phone lines on WhatsApp. You can also call on WhatsApp so we could all learn together. Yeah, someone might be on, but he or she is feeling shy to maybe comment or talk about the problem. So I'm putting a number on. Evangelist, God bless you. Today we are doing self-check. We are not talking about pastors today. We are doing self-check. Is that God bless you, brother? Said God bless you too, Evangelist. I said, oh, I see. They don't know. It's there, bros. It's really there, and it leads to a point that people tend to end themselves. Trust me. They have this problem, and yet one day they just didn't plan. Say, I'm doing it today. Now, it was planned a long time ago. They were going through things that they found it difficult to share with anyone. They were like, nah, no one is understanding me. Yeah. And I feel sad, say, people are going through these things. I really feel sad for them. I salute you all beautiful people for coming today. God bless you. Today we are learning social anxiety. That was our topic today. Okay, Mama Grace is calling. Hello, Mama. Mommy. Oh, okay. I lost her. Let me call her again. We lost her. Let me call her again. Hello, Mommy.
Hello, Seth.
Mommy, how are you doing?
Good afternoon. Good. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm thankful for you and all of us who are participating in this most important topic of anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
Now, I heard my brother reading a statement by my brother John from, I guess, Ghana, talking about whether this is even an issue in Ghana. Ghana is not does not know or deal with these type of issues because spiritual. A lot of people in Ghana, from what I have been able to observe, are dealing with mental health issues.
Yeah,
but we don't know what it. Yeah, we don't know what it is. We don't know how to go about it, and we don't know how to seek treatment. And because of the stigmatization that people may face, they don't know how to deal with it. One of the most important things, and I think a lot of us, we have to look at childhood trauma. Abuse.
Very, very important.
Trauma, abuse, humiliation, verbal, financial. I mean, there's abuse. You look at the whole package.
Bullying is also a cause.
Look at the whole package. How we even treat children, how we talk to children, how we insult, how we humiliate. Sorry, I have that. And that's when you're not hearing me calling. It's because I have my grandchild here. So there's a lot that is going on within the Ghanaian community.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things, why there are certain behaviors that are going on, it's because people themselves are dealing with mental health issues. People who are in depression, people who are having bipolar issues. The next thing you know, somebody's really happy, and then all of a sudden they're down. Yeah, they're down. Nobody can understand why their behavior. Somebody's having dementia, so they say she's a witch. But really, what the old person is experiencing is dementia, mental health issue. So we have this. It's very pervasive, and I think it is a good time for us abroad and elsewhere to start discussing these topics, because we are looking at how is it that the society, the only time we really get to see it is when somebody goes into a mental facility or somebody is being, about them. That statement, about them,
with an agent.
about them. Yeah, basically he's gone mad. But really, sometimes even there are medical treatments. There's the psychosocial component, that is the counseling, the therapies. There's also the medical component, which is the pharmaceutical cures. The medications that can, maybe there's an imbalance in the brain. Maybe there's something that the person has gone through, and they need to have a conversation, a counselor, to go step-by-step discussions about what they have faced, how they are dealing with it, and what are the other avenues they can look at to try and be assisted to overcome these hurdles that they may be facing. And I think some of these things that we don't deal with in Ghana, I think Ghana is a society. No society can tell me that they don't have issues of mental health. And I think some of this person going through anxiety, what in their past? Because sometimes we use these statements such as, one of you, or you're shy, one day, or you're so.
Yeah, they say that.
Sometimes there's a trauma that has gone on in the person's early stages. Yes. So she doesn't feel, or he doesn't feel worthy of going out in public. Doesn't feel as if their desire, people want to see them, because they have been told sometimes that you're nothing, you amount to nothing. And especially when somebody doesn't have anyone, family member or parent. For example, we talk about orphans. Some of the traumas that people in orphanages or people who are being raised by other people, what they go through, they're basically poor treatment, maltreatment, abuse, psychological, physical, financial, every abuse you can think of. So you can imagine that the mind is a very big and a very impactful machine. It's a machine that if it is not well properly, if it is not managed properly, if it is not maintained properly, if it is not developed properly, it can turn against itself. And I think this is something that the majority of us who are Ghanaians or Africans, because we do not deal with it in a very important way, we begin to minimize the impact of some of these issues. So we deal with, we have been talking about issues about marriage and about some of the difficulties, even the little clip that you talked to me, you showed to me about getting an impact, what people's opinions about the woman, what she has done, and the man and what he also posted. Some of these people are going through even the insults alone that you go through.
Trust me, mommy.
Let me tell you, even the insults alone will keep you away from public, because you don't know the person that you are with, whether he's going to or she's going to insult you in public. How they're going to manage you, how they're going to treat you, what has been said about you to people, so you don't even want to go in the presence of people. So the topic area is very prevalent and relevant at the same time. It's prevalent within our society. We don't know how to deal with it. We don't have avenues to go to, and we don't have systems in place. But it is anxiety disorder, mental health. Let's put it bluntly. Mental health is a very, very big part of our Ghanaian community. Because the beatings, the insults, so everybody.
Just look at your face and call you when they don't time.
Look at this woman that selling or cursing this young girl. Listen to this kind of behavior.
It doesn't make sense. Like, how can you just look at someone? Let me even show that on screen. How can you just call someone a barren and ugly face? Come on.
Yes. So can you imagine a woman who's actually bearing the true height?
Trauma that. Oh God.
True height.
It was.
True height if the woman is has so people will see her as antisocial because she doesn't want to be in the presence of people. Because even if she disciplines somebody's child, the person is going to say, if you have one, you. After all, you don't have your own. Discipline yours when you have yours. So this person has to keep this. So you have people who are literally, my brother, keeping themselves away because they are not yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just showing this on screen. Someone you don't even
you don't even
know the person, but you are insulting her. Look at her.
Yeah.
She just insulted this woman for nothing. Like just insulting.
Yeah. So you know,
just posted a picture and a horror face and barren woman. It doesn't make sense.
On top of it too, people have learning disabilities. We don't even know that somebody may be dyslexic. Somebody may not grab things the easily. So we call them fools. We call them judgment.
It doesn't make sense.
So you see, we don't have a way of dealing with people who are not the atypical, like normal people, like what we call normal, quote unquote. Yeah. We don't have anybody that we don't know how to deal with people or treat people who are outside the norm. So these are all important things that you're dealing with, because we have to get out of the shell of us not talking about these issues. They're not antisocial. They have been made to be antisocial. People talk anyhow. People insult anyhow. People yes. So people, by the time somebody didn't go out in public, people they don't even know. They have heard things about them. People will not do an investigation. It's a whole slew.
That's it. They just don't care how.
They have destroyed your personality. They have destroyed your character. They have destroyed your. They assassinated you. So a lot of people would rather keep it to themselves than to go out in public. And these are all childhood. What we have gone through, what people are going through, what people have said, done to them. All these and other chemical imbalances in the brain are all components of what we are talking about. And how we deal with it as a society is very, 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 very important. Because if we don't, it is going to continue, and we're going to be suffering. We'll be seeing that people, husbands are doing this, wives are doing this, and it's even worse when you go abroad. It's even worse because we are living in a society where the services are provided. But your culture is telling you that you cannot access that because you're disgracing your husband, you're disgracing your wife, you're washing dirty linen, you're going to be stigmatized, you're going to... So all these things, we need to get over it. We need to find solutions. We need to find avenues for us to reach out to one another and not condemn each other, not to make each other look so small, not make each other look as if we are nothing. Everybody has a different ability, level of ability. All of us, to be honest with you, have a little bit of depression. We go through sometimes great times when we're very happy, but at times we are not all that okay. And so if we look at ourselves and we begin to treat ourselves as if we are human, and we look at that person in a way that says, this is my brother, this is my sister, you're going through this, have I been through this? And put ourselves in that other person's shoe. We are quick to condemn, we are quick to destroy, we are quick to minimize people's trouble and self-esteem and troubles they're going through, but we are not quick to lift them up when they are down. For example, somebody who's going through anxiety. The last thing they need is somebody trying to belittle them, trying to tell them that, oh, what you're going through, there's no basis to get over it. You get over it. When you cry, you're not doing it. It is not helpful. It is not helpful. So my thing is that we have to look at the various areas which are causing this anxiety. Start from childhood. Genetics, chemical makeup, look at the avenues of mental health assistance, counseling, look at the medications available, look at our society, what we do to each other. that is also impacting our mental health. So that is my input. Sorry to keep going and going, but I think this is a very relevant topic. I wish I could even be more involved, but right now, as you can hear from the background music that was playing, we need to attend to that. So that is my input.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Mommy. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, that's from our mother, Mama Grace. We are calling our sister Angie. Sister Angie, if you're watching me, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. Hello, Sister Angie.
Brother Seth.
Hello, my sis.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Now, I hope someone here.
Oh, yeah, pa. Yeah.
Okay. Needs to make contribution to this issue. You say, from personally from my childhood.
Okay.
I didn't have my mother. I didn't have my father.
Wow.
I kind of grew up protecting myself.
Wow.
And me teenage me back Canada.
Okay.
But me back Canada, no, it looked as if say, then my mom wanted to train me, but then I had already grown into, she shut me. Like I say, you meow so.
Yeah, press.
If you can be beer, it's so press so can be beer. To me come, but be I own in Canada, the bet me I can because no. I mean, I want to be changed, or me a little different from what we figure out. So through that, I started seeing. So I became gradually. I became very timid, but naturally, I'm not like that. It's like what you cry. My mom will say, timid man, made a pat out. So out of frustration, I will cut my let's meeting me now. Like the same day I did it, I started having issues with friends. Instead of me standing up for myself, I normally didn't do that. I would just let them do whatever they wanted to do. And to say along the way, they just use you for if they need a ride, they call you, you drop them off. Yes, I that's the word. It's trying to impress, I feel so we should watch out doing those things. I was so more when you bound was about what
stop destroying yourself trying to impress others. Trust me.
You will, and these things are mental issues that as a show to the point where you don't even know what to do. Then you end up marrying somebody for a reason.
A reason. Say about Buama. That person is coming to fix me. This person is coming to make me happy. Then it becomes something else. Trust me.
Thank you. And then you forget to say that person cannot make you happy. They are not there to make you happy.
This one secret why marriages are breaking, but they don't know. It's one secret that I'm teaching today. They don't know.
Exactly. It's very serious. True. A good set of issue because when I was also my expectations were not met in that marriage.
Trust me.
I came out because I'm like, why am I in this marriage? So being by myself and getting closer to God, I didn't even need a therapist to help me. I just started. I stopped feeling bad for myself. Like, oh, you're not pretty, but I know I'm pretty. Only that I have heard worse things from my mother. It's and I kind of drawed on that for too long. So now
it's also a course from them how they treat us.
Yes,
how they make us feel.
Yes. So I now for some time now I tell myself I am pretty. I stay away from people who will try to bring me down. Yeah. And now the thing is, Angela, you're too complicated.
People. Just avoid toxic people. Wow.
Yes. You avoid them completely. You speak positive about yourself.
You are pretty, you are handsome, you are a great person.
Yes.
You are wonderful.
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. I mean, I can be happy on my own. I don't need people to make me happy. So I started looking in the mirror and telling myself, even up to date, I do it. And me and my girls, I tell them how beautiful they are. I look at them, I'm like, you're so beautiful.
Parents to be on this program. I wanted parents to be on this program, but when it comes to things, a matter of studying, now Africans, we don't want to study. We want gossip.
Yes. And then there are a lot of girls around. I mean, they were girls, and then they were young women who have kids, and then feel the way I used to feel. They still feel that. They still have that. Either because I was at a point where I wouldn't go out. Because I felt like, I was a size 6 and I came to a size 12. What will people say about you? How do you look? And people will say, Angela, you're not dressing well at all. And, this hair you're doing is not nice at all. But now, I mean, you can tell me nothing. Because I look at myself and I love the way I look. I don't even give you the chance to come in. I said, but if we have to stop allowing people to mess with us. That is my contribution. We have to be strong. Nobody will do it for you because nobody did it for me. Now I am so empowered that I empower my girls. It's like you can't even break them. And if say, you're pretty, I say, yeah, I know because mommy tells me all the time.
That's it. It's not
exactly. Yes, I think the parents missed something when we were growing up. But we should change our way of raising
we should
kids.
Have time for ourselves. That's one.
Yes.
Have time for yourself.
Yes. Love yourself. The problem too is we don't love ourselves. We try to love people.
People are working with so many issues, my sister.
Yes, so many. I feel say we should all be aware of ourselves and not allow people into our lives and do things that actually makes you happy. If you have to go for a walk for 2-3 hours, not to clear your head, please do. If you see people, you have to smile and say hello. Or so at least you have said that. And always think of positive things and stop the negative. Those things always pull you down. Or mental status, it is bad like that. But when you're thinking about the positive thing that has come into your life, you wake up very happy. And then you say, today, I'm going to be a very happy person. And your whole day goes well by God's grace. People should try to come out of that, try to empower themselves, and then try to stand on their own 2 feet because nobody will do it for them but themselves.
That's it.
That's my contribution.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Ebusianfo, thank you all for your time. Today has been a great day and serious studies over here. I don't know if you want to talk, maybe you can send your audio through WhatsApp or maybe you can call the WhatsApp number on the screen. The last number 434. I think I got another message. Who sent a message on my let's see. I think someone sent a message on Messenger. Let me see. Okay, let me read this post from my sister Abena. I said, sometimes we need to put on with the I don't care attitude because if we don't, people words will break and destroy us. You need to have this indifferent behavior when in public. I have that particular behavior. I just don't care what you think about me. I have that attitude. I'm really emotional person, but I have this I don't care type of behavior too. Now, whatever that you're saying, it doesn't break me. I've not just seen what you're doing or no, I don't care. You should have that kind of behavior, this indifferent behavior and mindset. So I've been seeing a lot of nonsense over here. Sometimes you greet someone and they will not even look at you. Just pass by. You are just ill-mannered. You just go your way. Sometimes you meet trash people. You will meet toxic people, but don't let their words break you. So I think this will be the end of today's program. You can also share to someone else. This particular message is really important. Social anxiety is really breaking a lot of marriages. Marriages are being destroyed. And we relate everything to spiritual, bonsam. Nah, it's not everything related to demons and spirits. So thank you very much for today's program. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good one.